I just made some money and I'm going to go blow it on a designer Chanel purse and some shoes that are worth $1,000. No. Ladies, this is not what we're going to be doing. Today's video is going to be about where to put your money. So it actually gives you 10 Chanel purses and 10 of those designer shoes that you want. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Karina. I make videos about money, women, and power, and I provide stepping stones for you to become the best version of yourself, including finances. If you want more information, I created a $1 Million Lady program, which talks about all of this, essentially how to become our best version of ourselves, and you can find the link down below. But today we will be talking about what to do with our money. Should we save it? Should we invest it? Should we buy designer goods? What should we do? When should we start? And I have a few tips, okay? My first tip is going to be the not so obvious tip. And this is, I see it a lot. I see it a lot on social media. I see it a lot with this whole materialistic situation happening. But in reality, it's not going to get you very far. And that is the whole thing of invest in yourself to grow. We should invest in ourselves, but not to the extent where we are literally spending every single dollar we have just to look good. There are things you can do to look still amazing, but if you're not taking care of yourself financially, you are always going to be dependent on something or someone, and that is not going to make you very strong, okay? You're going to always be walking on eggshells if you are dependent on somebody or something else. So as a strong woman, you always want to have, I would say, a good savings account and a good investment account, no matter what. And that is a priority over any designer bag, over any designer shoes, over any type of surgery or whatever that may be, okay? So let's just get this first point out of the way and break that myth. That myth is there because of the kind of society pushing it for you and all of this need to always look amazing and always catch up with the newest trends. But this literally puts people into financial ruin, and they have horrible credit and a lot of money spent on their credit cards that they cannot pay back, and they're just waiting for something or someone to come along to save them, and that might not ever happen. So it's essentially ruining a future for a lot of women, okay? The second thing we will talk about is the kind of other thing that's pushed on us from a very early age, and that is basically not having any education about finances. And they just we pay all this money to go to school for high school and university, but no one ever tells us how to actually make money, how to save money, what to do with money. No one even tells you about passive income, about investments, about the importance of that your credit limit is not your actual money and that you have to pay it back. And if you don't pay it back, then there are interest rates that add up onto that, and it's a never-ending cycle that builds up, and you owe more and more. So every single month you're essentially just paying the interest, not the actual credit card amount. So that's obviously wrong. We can't do that. So what do we actually do, right? Of course, the second thing is don't treat your credit card as the actual money that you have, and don't take on unnecessary debt, such as credit card debt for no reason, right? Education is a little bit different, and so are business expenses and things like that, but don't waste your money and kind of ruin your credit card and your credit score with that. The third thing we're going to talk about is saving. You should always have a savings account. This is for a rainy day. This is if something happens, you have it. And I would suggest pinching off a little bit from your income to put into a savings account. And you can do whatever with that. It's good to just have it there in case you end up spending more a certain month. But this is kind of saved for a rainy day, not if you want to buy a purse, okay? You will only be able to buy the purse if you have kind of I would say a healthy savings account, a healthy investment account, and you are not in any type of debt. Like if you have credit card debt that you need to pay off, do not be going and buying luxury goods. It's not going to help you. And if anyone is with you because of that, or your friends are only kind of around you because of that, then those are not people you want to have in your life. And your luxury goods also, ladies, will not impress a man. And if they do, he's not a good man, okay? You don't want to kind of impress a man with the things you have. You want to impress somebody with your work ethic and your kind of soul and your charm and your personality, but not designer goods. If anything, he should be the one getting them for you, not yourself. So that tactic just does not work. Then on top of savings, this is the next tip, is you should have an investment account and stocks. I love good old stocks. I can make a separate intro video of where to actually invest your money as a beginner in stocks. It's also mentioned in my $1 Million Lady program that's linked down below. But a very short summary would be investing it into ETFs. And a good one is SPY, because it shows an annual return of 8%, which is really high. And people forget about the inflation rate every single year, which is on average 2%. So if your money is just sitting in a bank, it's deteriorating and you're losing your net worth by 2% every single year. And that's just not a good way to make money. I think we are accustomed to be very comfortable with is trading our time for money, which means like the amount of hours we put in is going to give us a certain salary. And if we have a raise for doing a good job or we put more hours in, we get a higher salary. But the problem with that is it's always going to be linear and maybe grow a little bit, but it's always, your income is always going to be tied to your time. But if you flip the mentality, how the rich get rich is they make their money grow for them. And it's no longer linear, it's exponential. So when they invest this amount, it's gonna grow this, and that amount, that. It's called compounding. That's how Warren Buffett made all his money. It's not because he started more companies, it's because of the compound. And that works really, really well in stocks. And this is how you begin to grow your wealth. It might be complicated in the beginning, but the sooner you get into this mindset, the more you realize that, hey, the people actually making money are not making it because they just save everything they own. That's just a miserable life. And it's also a mentality of lack that you think that all you're gonna make is this little amount and you have to protect it at all costs. But you have to be smarter with your money. Yes, you do save a portion, you do have some expenses, you do have a slight fund set aside for fun for yourself and to purchase things, but don't live above your means when you cannot. And especially if you are neglecting your savings and investment account, because it's not normal to be in your 20s or your 30s or your 40s and have $300 to your name. There are so many choices we can make before that point that will leave us feeling secure and give us more freedom, even if we're not millionaires, of course, or billionaires. We can still have that freedom knowing we have a cushion under us. And these are great starting steps, I would say. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like the video, and also check out my $1 Million Lady program in the description box. It was fun having you on here, and I will see you in the next video.